I'm here at Microsoft Ignite with Jeff Woolsey. Welcome, Jeff.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
You must be one of the most popular speakers at this event. I noticed you attracted rooms with thousands of people. What's the reason?
First of all, I think there's a lot of excitement about what Microsoft's doing in the cloud, around Azure, around hybrid, whether it's Windows Server, software-defined WSSD, or Azure Stack. This all plugs into Azure, and we're creating these complete end-to-end hybrid solutions. I think customers are really loving that.
Good, especially for you. You are the one who is in charge of Windows Server. And am I correct?
I wouldn't go that far. But I do work for the person who's in charge of Windows Server, and we have a fantastic team. There's a whole bunch of us. There's no way I could anyway take the credit for that. There's hundreds and thousands of people that contribute into what we do, into Windows Server, into our hybrid offerings. But this launch, Windows Server 2019, is really huge for us. It allows our customers to do some amazing new things, to plug into Azure easier than ever, to deploy hyper-converged infrastructure, and really it gives you the ability to modernize your applications and modernize your infrastructure with a hybrid cloud platform.
So, what's your favorite new feature in Windows Server 2019?
I don't have one, I have so many. I've got a few dozen. I'm going to give you a few off the top of my head. So one that continues to just be blowing the charts up right now is Windows Admin Center. So Windows Admin Center is actually a download. It's a 50 megabyte download that allows you to manage your servers. And it manages all the way back to 2012. It's a single application. You download it, run it on your Windows 10 device, and it can manage your servers. So that's one thing, Admin Center. It's also the beauty of Admin Center is it has all of the UI. It's all of the future of Windows Server investments in the UI is happening here. So for example, we've built some brand new features in Server 2019, such as the storage migration service. The storage migration service is amazing because it allows customers to walk through an entire process to take their old file servers, whether it's even 2003 or 2008, and actually go through an entire process to migrate them, move them over, transfer them to a brand new server, and at the end of the process, the brand new server looks exactly like the old server. It has the name of the old server, it has the IP address, it has the same DNS, it has all of the shares, it has all of the information so that you can safely then decommission the old server, and the new server has everything moved over. You can do it with complete confidence, and you can run this on brand new hardware that's secure and probably filled with lots more cores and lots more CPU and lots more flash than on that old server. So those are just a couple, but there's really dozens of awesome new features in Server 2019.
That sounds awesome as a feature. I think many administrators will love that feature to move their old stuff out of there and get rolling with the new stuff. What's on the roadmap for Windows Server 2019? For Windows Server, I should say.
There's so much. So for this, and this is a great question because I do get this question asked all the time, which is, okay, so Windows Server seems to have a lot going on these days. You've got this admin center, you've got long-term servicing channel, you've got the semi-annual channel. So how do you kind of explain that? The first thing I want to tell people is customers, everyone, you should understand, you should be in the Insiders program, okay? Because we're releasing new server builds every couple weeks. And so if you want to see what's coming next, you can actually download versions of what's coming next so you can see. And so we have this standard train now. Every 6 months, we release a new semi-annual channel release. And every 6 months, that semi-annual channel release is for containers and application innovation. So for your developers who need the latest and greatest application tools and frameworks and application features, you go with the semi-annual channel build. Then the long-term servicing channel, like Windows Server 2019, is great for all your apps. It's great for your traditional apps like SQL and Exchange, which we are announcing this week. SQL 2019 preview, Exchange 2019 preview. We want people to be checking those out. They're amazing new capabilities that take full advantage of what we're doing in Server 2019. So we have the long-term servicing channel. It's every 2 to 3 years. So preview you can get every couple weeks. Semi-annual channel will continue to release every 6 months, and then the next long-term servicing channel will be about 2 to 3 years from now. We'll have the next Windows Server release. So there's no uncertainty. It's just coming. This is just a train full of features and capabilities coming right down the tracks.
So we can buckle up and keep going.
Absolutely.
I love that. There's one more question I'd like to ask. Being a Windows client MVP, there appears to be something happening to remote desktop services and Windows Server. What's the future for remote desktop services on Windows Server?
So let's be super clear about this, because I know there's been a lot of like little buzz about what's going on. So first of all, let's be super clear. Windows Server 2019 includes remote desktop services. Period. End of story. It's there. It's all there. If you want to run RDS, you want to run remote desktop the way you're used to doing it, you can absolutely do it that way in 2019. It's all there. That said, we also are introducing this new Azure Surface. So for customers that say, hey, you know what? I'd like to run my RDSH. I'd like to run, that environment. I'd like to run that in the cloud in Azure and not deal with the infrastructure. You can do that. And so if you like the traditional, it's there. If you want to take advantage of Azure, it's there as well. And that speaks to our philosophy about the cloud. Our philosophy is real simple. If you want to run everything in Azure, fantastic. If you want to run everything on premises, fantastic. Or if you're like 90% of the people we talk to, you want to run both. You want a hybrid environment and you want to choose what's right for you. That's exactly our strategy, because at Microsoft, hybrid is built in, it's designed, it's architected, it's intentional. It's not bolted on. That's how we think about hybrid.
Yeah, about hybrid, I noticed that you advocated a sentence that came on the top of my mind after that. You said, hybrid is the destination, not the journey.
Well, hybrid, we want to make sure that we can give all our customers exactly what they need to be successful. And it's an immense responsibility, but it's an amazing challenge. And I look at something, I'm going to go back to Admin Center for a minute. Admin Center allows you to do some things now in hybrid that are literally one click away. Okay? Say you're running a virtual machine. Wouldn't it be great if I could take a virtual machine and replicate it up to Azure? Well, in Admin Center, I can click on the virtual machine, say protect VM in one click, and it replicates it up to Azure. Think about how simple we just made the cloud. Let me give you another example. Suppose you're a small store. You're a small store in the Netherlands, or you're a small store in Germany, or you have a small store or a school, and you have just one server. And you know what? What if you could hook that up to Azure to take advantage of Azure resources, whether it's file or computer storage or PaaS resources? But how do you do that securely? Probably you don't have ExpressRoute in a school. Okay, you probably don't even have it in a small shop. Do I have to go buy a VPN, or how do I set that up? With Admin Center, we have the Azure Network Adapter. In just a couple clicks, I can take my server, add an Azure Network Adapter, and I have VPN now into Azure in just a couple clicks. So we're doing all of these things to make it easy to add hybrid, to add cloud to your on-premises, and then to help you use to leverage the cloud to make your on-premises better and more secure.
Well, I did not really have the chance to play with Windows Server, but after hearing you, I'm looking forward to have a close look at it. Thank you very much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
And hopefully see you back soon.
Absolutely.